There's a man in my office with a gun who says that he's going to kill me if we don't pay him back $130,000 that one of our lieutenants stole from him.
It's 70.
My money, yes or no?
No.
70 grand. That's what they took from me. They weren't wearing their seatbelts. I'm Porter.
He said his name was Porter.
Porter? Porter? Well, what's his first name?
I don't know.
You.
No, you don't allow me.
Hey! Man, that's just mean. That's mean, man.
You are crazy. That's why I love you.
You signed your own death warrant for $130,000. What is it? The principal or something?
Stop it, I'm getting misty. And tell him it's 70, will you?
Hell, my suits are worth more than that.
Payback.
Careful, boy. He might bite you back.
So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am JEFFMAN316, your pop culture reporter. Hopefully everything's working okay. I was out of the country last week, which is why we didn't do a live stream, and then I had to hook everything back up. So hopefully everything's cool. And this is the watch along for, we went ahead and said, like Doug helped choose this. We're going to go ahead and watch the theatrical version of Payback starring Mel Gibson. You can watch it on TUBI. I own it on streaming and on, well, in digital and physical media. And we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. It probably wasn't, because there was a lot of controversy about this movie, the different cuts of it and what the director wanted versus what the studio wanted. He wanted a more darker tone to the movie. The studio wanted more of the dark comedy, which is, I think, what you get here. The color grading and everything is different in this. But yeah, this is the Payback watch along, and I'll go ahead and do the formalities here, get them out of the way, and then we can chat and get it started. Payback starring Mel Gibson, obviously, is from 1999. I remember going to see this in the theater, and I'm pretty sure the Blu-ray version that I'm going to look it up real quick, that I owned originally. I was one of those where when you watch it, it's different than what you saw in the theater, kind of like Halloween 2 was. Let me look on Amazon and see if you order this now, what version are you going to get? So Payback Blu-ray. I think in order to get this released, the director went ahead and released what they wanted at the studios. Yeah, the straight up director's cut is what's on the Blu-ray, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't have the theatrical cut on that Blu-ray. But never fear, I can show you when you go look it up on Amazon. There's another Blu-ray of the movie that you can get, and you get both cuts on it. So I'll talk about that here in a second. So this is from 1999. If you watch it without commercials, it's 1 hour and 40 minutes, and it's rated R. Here's your short but sweet description that's on Internet Movie Database. After a successful heist, Porter is left for dead. Once he recovers, he seeks revenge and wants his share of the money, which is $70,000. And so it stars, obviously, like I said, Mel Gibson plays Porter. You never know his first name. Greg Henry plays Val Resnick. Maria Bello plays Rosie. David Paymer plays Arthur. Bill Duke is in it as Detective Hicks. John Glover is in it. William Devane has got a small part, but memorable role. Lucy Liu has got a small, memorable part in this as well. Chris Christopherson is a major part of the theatrical version. He is not in the straight up cut. And like I said, we'll talk about more of that. And I don't think anybody else is in there. It's directed by Brian Helgeland, however you pronounce his name. This is getting a 7.0 user review on Internet Movie Database. It's just plain mean, says somebody. Let's see who's in the chat real quick, and then we'll talk about this. I will show it on the screen, and let's make it a little bit bigger. How about we do medium and tall? There we go. I think Doug was here first. What's up, Doug? How you doing, bro? You just watched it this morning. What do you think? You didn't remember the dog that was in there? Like I said, I think that's probably in the straight up cut. At the time, they always have scenes in the trailers that don't end up in the theatrical version of movies. I hate when that happens. The most memorable one for me was always, I think I've probably talked about it on the channel, was Major League, where they have that joke about, well, that ball wouldn't have been out of many parks. And he goes, name one. He goes, Yellowstone. Wasn't even in the movie, but it is in uh, in the sequel, which is kind of weird. It didn't make it to the original. I like this dude when he says hubba hubba hubba. So the bad guy, that's one of his famous lines. So I'm gonna go ahead and I had the trailer playing in my ear, one of the trailers. So Doug was here first, and then Rick was here. Hey, Dougie Fresh and Jeff, man, hope you're doing well, my awesome friends. Yeah, I hope you're doing well too. Yeah, I'm doing good. Hey, Rick, hope you're as well. What's up, Sandy? I appreciate you stopping by. How are you doing? I'll be having another surgery on Tuesday to get rid of some bone that has grown where they put bolts in. Oh, is that going to be major surgery or minor surgery? Hope that goes well. Yep, we'll be thinking about you, brother. Thanks. Hopefully it will help with my walking. Well, that's good. Oh, look, I didn't even pay attention who was there. Oh, I spoiled your entrance. We got to get the champ's entrance.
Say his name and he appears.
What's up, brother? Say his name and he appears. What's up, Cody? How you doing? All right. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing fired up. I haven't even used the Roku device on this TV. Yeah, it connected. I was worried it might not even connect. I had trouble last time. Hey, what's going on? I appreciate you stopping by. Everybody that's here, we had 6 or 7 already. Make sure you drop a thumbs up on the stream, the live stream, or bending the leg. Yeah, hopefully that'll help with both. I'm going to just watch this on Tubi. The cool thing is you can watch both versions. And so the other Blu-ray I was going to tell you about is the one that I have here in the frame. This is the one I recommend that you get. And even though it's a foreign release, it's an import. They got it readily available on Amazon, and it is region free. I've checked it. I didn't have to play this in my region free player. It played in everything. So the cool thing about this one is it's got the theatrical version and director's cut on the same disc. It's only one disc. Like I said, the color grading is even different on there. The special features on this, you get the director's cut commentary, interviews with Mel Gibson, Maria Bello, Lucy Liu, James Coburn. I forgot to mention that he's in this. Payback's a bitch on location in Chicago. Payback's a bitch on location in Los Angeles. Same story, different movie, creating Payback, the director's cut. Yeah, it's a very different tone. The Hunter, a conversation with Arthur Donald E. Westlake. I'm assuming this is based on a book. It's been a while since I read about it. If I recommend, not just suggest, watching both cuts. The one we're going to watch is theatrical. It's more of a dark comedy. It makes you root for the bad guy, so to speak, in Mel Gibson's character. The straight up cut is a little more hard edged. He's more of an asshole in it, and it makes it where you almost like don't want to root for him. He's mean, more got an edge to him. Like I said, the color grading, it looks different. It's I think it's a little bit. This one I think is the one that's more blue. I remember one of them having a darker bluer shade to it. I think it's this one. You're going to be out for another 2 months. We'll be thinking about you, brother. All right, we got 8 people watching, so make sure all of you have hit the thumbs up on the video before we start it. And I'm firing this up on Tubi, so I'm watching on my Roku device. So I'm not sure what you're going to watch it on. This is originally a Paramount picture, so if you get that American Blu-ray, it's got just the straight-up cut on it. It's going to be that Paramount disc, so I would avoid getting that if I were you. It says Amazon has got this cut, for $27.24. And then you pay $23 if you're going to buy the Blu-ray. I've readily seen the DVD readily available in like Goodwill and pretty much everywhere I've gone. So there's another version of special edition that's on there. Blu-ray is a little bit cheaper. I think it's a foreign one. I can't guarantee you that one is region free and will play on your region free player. The one that I've got that I just showed you is and does work on any player. How was the Bahamas? Wife and I went out there for a work trip years back. It was really good. The immigration sucks trying to get into the country as far as the time it takes. Nothing is automated on their end, and you got to fill out paperwork and shit. So you literally fill out some paperwork and you got to stand in a line. And it was basically like 5 levels deep in a maze. It was much easier coming back. If anybody goes out of the country, there's now a new app that you can use that they told us about. It's called the MPC. Here's the logo, MPC. It makes the entry process back into the U.S. easy. You basically just create an entry in it and scan in your passports, and you go through the line very quickly. So you happen to have a Sands Light. It was my favorite beer. I think I did. I had that and what was the other one? It started with a K. Bahamas local beer, a Click. I can't think of it. Click. If you look it up, Click is the premium award-winning top-selling local beer of the Bahamas. It's called the beer of the Bahamas. I had the one that you're talking about the last night at one of the open bar things we went to. But Click was the one. Did you ever have this one? That's basically what the let me make sure I got this is what the label looked like. I had one of the regular ones and one of the light ones. Yeah, did you have that one? That one was pretty good. Both were good. I think I like the Click better just because they had that on tap at the bar, and I like draft beer in a cold glass more than I do in a can or a bottle. And the other one that was at the bar, they only had it in a bottle or a can. So I couldn't get the other one draft. Jamaica, Bahamas, come on, pretty mama. Yeah, but that was okay. That was what I read. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you doing that. You can help. Yeah, collect that one. You can help choose the movie, but I think we did watch House of Wax already. Nick, got to say the movie you want. I'll look it up. Did we watch that one already? Doug says we did. I can go. I can double check it. Yeah, I love draft beer. And then basically some of the, everywhere you went, they wanted the main dry liquor down there was rum. So like when at the open bar, it was a lot of rum and pineapple juice being had at the bar. Let me look at the YouTube thing and I can tell you whether we watched that or not. YouTube.com. And if I go to they don't make it easy for you to go to your own stuff. Your videos. And if I go to live and I look up house. We haven't watched House of Wax. We watched Last House. These are the only ones we watched with the word house in it. Last House on the left. House of the Devil. Housebound. And House of a Thousand Corpses. We have not watched House of Wax. So, is House of Wax available on TUBI or one of the free streaming services? It doesn't really matter. We can watch it. Hey, what do you think? You see Joe Hendry defend his belt. Well, it didn't save on YouTube if we watched it because I've got access to all of my live streams when I just go under the live tab and I search for the word house. I'll put asterisks in front of it just to make sure. Nope, still only finds the 4. So I don't think if we watched it in time 2011. What do you mean in time? Oh, is that movie with which is in Justin Timberlake? Yeah, I watched it last PLE on Peacock. Where do the NXT ones move? It was pretty good. I was surprised it made Joe Hendry kind of cheat to win. NXT is doing a house show here at the end of the month, and I'm thinking if I was going to go to a WWE show right now, I would definitely go to one of the NXT ones. House of Wax is available. Is it available on Tubi? If so, we'll watch House of Wax next week. What do you think of Cody winning the belt before Mania? I really wanted Cody Randy, but I don't know if I liked the way that we got to it. Not a happy camper there. All right. Well, so this is an hour and 40 minutes without commercials. It's going to be even longer with commercials. Let's go ahead and get this bad boy started. Doug, are you ready to rock and roll? And did you watch the theatrical version? That's the one I recommend compared to the straight cut. Yeah, we can talk about that one later. I'm fine with House of Wax if you guys want to watch it. So let me go ahead and get this fired up on Tubi. I am using my Roku app, and I got it ready to go. Ready? And yes, I did. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Payback theatrical cut. I will say I like the music in this movie as well. It's got some old school tunes in it. And I also like the score. So originally a Paramount Pictures movie. I own this on DVD, which is how I had the theatrical cut. I've got the straight cut Blu-ray, which is the director's cut. And then when I found that Blu-ray behind me and had both versions, I bought it immediately. This is one of my favorite Mel Gibson movies. This is when he was at his pretty much his top of form. You know, right in the heyday of the Lethal Weapon movies coming out, you know, for about the next decade and a half after that. Anything he was in was pretty much boss. I liked it. House of Wax on Tubi, very underrated. Really great movie. Yeah, I like that. I think I've got it right here. I got a bunch of my Screen Factory movies over here. So, yeah. Is there a 4K of this yet? They released every other movie of theirs in 4K. Oh, I remember this. I had a version of this without a slipcover, and I ended up somebody gave me this copy because the cover was damaged, and it's that they gave me because I didn't to give me the slipcover because I haven't even opened this one yet. Mine was open, and I ended up giving that to somebody, so I haven't watched it since I got this. I know a lot of people would just freak out if the damn slipcovers were ripped up like that. But you know, what are you gonna do? I mentioned this movie here in my the one I'm going to show you. It's right beside it on my shelf. In my at the Walmart $5 bin. You guys like Ghost Ship? I like the lenticular DVD cover. I've got this is the Blu-ray, but the DVD was a snapper and had a lenticular cover. I remember it. And then it's also next to this movie we have watched. I love this movie here, Idle Hands. You probably remember that cover. That's what the DVD looked like. So that was sandwiched in between those on my shelf. Payback. I watched on Roku, wondering if I'll get more or less ads. I don't know. I wish Stay Alive 2006 was on it. Another good. Yeah, I've got the DVD of that. So he stole from that supposedly that homeless crippled guy, and then the guy got up and was going to fight him. Kind of reminds me of Eddie Murphy in Trading Places. Crazy though, ringside for the NXT house show is over 200. Holy shnikes! Do I have holy shnikes?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
You know, I don't think I got that bumper on here. I need to add that one. I said holy shnikes. Nope, the only one I got is from Tommy Boy is the awesome one. This is when he picks that guy's pocket by bumping into him. I really like the score here. It's really good. It's memorable. Lucy Alexis Liu. Was this what was her first movie? Is this one? I'm sure this is one of her first movies. I was looking her up. She did a lot of TV stuff back in the day. She was in a movie called Love Kills in 1998. Hey, she was in City of Industry. I remember seeing that. That was 1997. I think she's got like a little nude scene in that. She was in Gridlock. She was in Jerry Maguire. That must have been a very little part. I don't remember being in there. She was in Nash Bridges. Anybody remember Nash Bridges? I used to love that show. Home Improvement, Coach. Damn, she did a lot of TV stuff at the beginning. I like how smart he is. He steals that guy's credit card stuff, immediately goes gets cash, and then he also then goes and buys, top dollar stuff. New suit. His shirt would have had bullet holes in it. I'm assuming from where they shot him. Look at that old credit card machine where he had to do the slide thing. Then he's going to go buy a couple watches. That way he can go pawn them, and there's no trace. Lucky Pawn Shop. How much is he going to get? I don't remember. 900. Was that for one watch or all of them? Why wouldn't he have bought some higher? Maybe he's only hawking one. Stu better return in Scream 8, or have Scream 8 have Jenna Ortega return and die, and have her sister have the two of them will never be in another Scream, dude. I mean, did all that pro-Palestine shit, and the studio basically backed away from that, and then Jenna Ortega left in support of her. So there's no possible way that either one of them will be back. That storyline is gone, bro. I don't want to see Stu back now. They fucked it up. If Stu was going to be in it, he should have been in number 7. Did you hear that Stu was in the deleted scene, well, the after credit scene that they cut out? That he did return, and the test audiences didn't like it, so they cut it out. He was coaching them along from a distance. I think it would be really cheesy if they brought him back in 8 now, but I don't know. I was thinking about that. I didn't dislike Scream 7, but there was enough about it that I didn't like that it kind of, I don't know, it just left a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah, I heard that. I'm not going to go see that. I heard it didn't make any money whatsoever. That thing will be streaming in probably 2 weeks. I heard it pretty much bombed. So Porter is going to find his wife now, who's all high on heroin. I heard Scream dropped off a cliff as well, as far as how much money it made in week 2 compared to the first week. Was going to see it while on break this week. I ain't passed on it. Yeah, I mean, I heard it was pretty decent, but that it number one, isn't it like over 2 hours? I hate unless I'm really into a movie, I don't want it to be over 2 hours long. Old habits die hard, he said. I'll definitely see it when it's streaming or boot it. You got some receding gums. The Bride. How long does this thing last? Yeah, 2 hours and 6 minutes. You're not dead. Yeah, I know. It's always something. I agree with that. Scream 7 still man. Oh, I know it did. Of course it is, man. They played off the nostalgia of people. I'll just tell you this. I never have liked um Nev Campbell. I thought she did a really good job in the first three movies, but it's basically she does the same role over and over and over again in these. There's nothing that ever changes about her. As kick ass as the Jen Ortega and whatever the other girl's name is, Melissa, whatever, were in the last movie, dude. It's back to rinse cycle repeat with her. And could Courtney Cox be wasted any more than she is in that Scream 7? Her character was fucking useless. And then they just shoehorned those two from the last movies in there, I guess, to make the people satisfied who liked that cast. They didn't serve any real purpose either. Just to sit around and tell them the rules again, or try to. I just didn't like. It's kind of like a lot of the problems I have with Scream. The reason that I'll never pick Ghostface as part of my like Mount Rushmore of horror characters is it's always somebody different. So anybody could dress up as Ghostface and have different motivations or whatever. It's not a character. It's basically a Scooby Doo disguise. Obviously the original is my favorite. I was sitting around thinking how I'd rank them, and I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Maybe I'll do a video once I figure it out. Most of them are good. I'll give them that. There's no terrible, like just god awful Scream movie. Kind of like if you look at Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 3 is pretty bad. The fourth one is terrible, as far as one of those so bad it's good movies. Scream doesn't have a chapter like that is just terrible. Even Scream 4, which is most people's least favorite, is still a decent movie. The problem that you have with most, like this Scream one, is once the reveal happens, the whole rest of the movie's kind of ruined because I didn't like either one of the people that were the killers. And do we have to have two every time now? Can it just be one? Why do we always have to have two? Yeah, I figured you wouldn't be able to see it because you'd have to get out and go to the theater. I think it's going to be out pretty quick. You might even be able to watch it on streaming here in a couple weeks. Usually when it doesn't make any money. How much did it make? Like 7 million. The Bride. Pixar's Hoppers made 46 million in his debut. The Bride made 7. How much did Scream make this week? Warner Brothers spent $90 million to produce the film, not including a reported $65 million on marketing. So $150 million, and it's made 13.6 globally. That's a bomb. They said Warner Brothers had a hit streak going, including Minecraft, Sinners, Weapons, and Wuthering Heights. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I knew that when it came out. That's why a lot of people didn't like the movie. That it's kind of like it's based in real life, so Freddy is still a character in it, and the demon takes that form because just try to scare the actors that played in the original movies. It's like really meta back when Scream was still popular. They tried to do something meta with that series. It's pretty original, creative. Frankenstein is basically just a classic character, man. That they between Frankenstein and Dracula, about every decade, man, there's a new version of the movie. I mean, even Robert De Niro played Frankenstein. I haven't seen Screen 7 either. I'm going to have to wait for it to come out on Blu-ray. I kind of knew that it wasn't going to be that great. It just looked weird. It looked one of those artsy type movies. I just didn't think the public would like it. You know, the Frankenstein movie um was more Hollywood kind of. I was listening to this. Sorry, they're casing out this guy. He noticed they weren't wearing a seatbelt, so that's how they're going to get him. I didn't think the Bride would do very well. I didn't think it would flop that hard, but I definitely didn't think it would do well. He wouldn't tell him the plan. There's he goes. There's his hubba hubba hubba, putting his hand over his mouth. Why wouldn't that dude have known their plan that they was going to hit him, hit them in the car? Ain't no fucking way. Well, that old American muscle just would have just it did what it did, just ripped that car to shreds. Well, yeah, it's like in the 19 it's like 1930. It's like a mixture of, from what I heard, Frankenstein, The Bride, I mean Frankenstein, Bonnie and Clyde, and a couple other movies. One of the reviewers I said it tried to do too much in one movie. It tried to be a bunch of creative things all mixed up in one. Wonder whose car that was they demolished. He's a sadist, so he likes to beat people up. Universal Monsters, dude, is such a staple. They even made those comedies with Bud Abbott and Lou Costello in it back in the day. Well, Universal like owns Frankenstein, the original anyway. He said he was kidding about the monsters, dude. Don't take it so personal. So it was supposed to be 130 a piece, is what he says. Always be grateful for what you get. Rule number one. Mhm. This is when the double cross happens. He shits on your monsters all the time. Hey, you not seen any of the Universal monster movies? I like most all of them, even the Creature in the Black Lagoon. All right, I got me some of my 100-calorie popcorn. My wife bought some of that movie theater quality popcorn with butter on it from the Dollar Tree everybody raves about. I don't like it. It tastes too buttery. Now that I've been on my diet, I haven't eaten as much butter on my popcorn when I go to the theater. Black and white, those Universal monster movies look excellent in 4K, man. I'm not a huge fan of black and white movies. But if you can get a good one that's been remastered in 4K, man, they look great. Van Helsing is a good movie. I like the Frankenstein, I think, movies a little better. Some of those Dracula ones are a little boring. Yeah, because Comcast owns Universal and Universal owns them. Yeah, they're classics. I like them. He's just giving you shit, Doug. Well, I was reading an article about that today. A lot of movies there aren't a lot of difference, but it's all in how it was filmed, how it was remastered. I'd say probably 3/4 of the 4Ks I got look way better than the Blu-rays. But you got to have a really good 4K TV and a 4K player. If you don't, like, I really notice a lot of difference when I'm watching stuff with Dolby Vision than just HDR on my new TV. What's up with that dude's hair? Is that the one with Brendan Fraser? I like the first two of those. Digital 4K doesn't always look as good as the disc 4K. It's compressed. If I'm in a hurry, I'll watch it sometimes in 4K on digital, but most time I put my disc in. Yeah, I think Frankenstein is my favorite character. From all those, I like Wolfman too. From all those, Universal monster that NECA. Remember, I don't know if you go back and look on the channel. The Frankenstein monster was one of the ones I actually bought. Dude, he's punching the shit out of his kidneys. How old's Mel Gibson now? You think he could pull off another Lethal Weapon? Yeah. He ripped his damn nose ring out. They're going to kill him. What do you think I'm going to do? There's already 8K like over in Japan. I don't think that's going to take on in the US. I'm literally, dude, the naked eye it can only see so much. If you've got like a 55-inch or less TV, you're not going to see any difference in 8K, probably in 4K. I think the human eye, unless you got 20/20 vision, you're not going to be able to pick up much more in 4K. I think 4K is going to be where it ends with physical media. I don't think the public is going to go out and buy a lot of movies in 8K. 4K looks about as damn good as you're going to get. You're here to call him out. He's 70 now. He could probably do, him and Danny Glover could probably do one more as long as they're not in all the action scenes. Maybe they mentoring, maybe they're the captains and they're mentoring like some new guys. Kind of like they were doing in Lethal Weapon 4 with Chris Rock. A lot of people telling everybody to F themselves. All right, I got my first TUBI set of ads. Yeah, I did. It's actually right over there. I just didn't have time to watch it before I went to the Bahamas, but my wife and I are going to want to watch it this week, I think. Did you like that movie? I forget what you said about it. You obviously know I'm like you. I like pretty much anything that Nick Cage is in, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. What AI do you guys use if you use any of it? I got me some sugar-free candy. Hey, Cody, are you looking forward to that Spider Noir starring him? I am. I figured it would. Anything he's in, I like. So even his cheesy stuff. Crucify him. I don't. Everybody's got their right to their own opinion. I'm not crucifying him. Like my dad, he doesn't care whether it's on DVD or Blu-ray. He just wants to see it. But he's also 80 years old and doesn't give a shit about his eyesight isn't that great. Yeah, I thought the trailers for that looked amazing. You're going to be able to watch it regular and in black and white. So I think I'll watch it in black and white. I might watch the first episode in color just to see it. What's the next theatrical movie that's coming out, like big one? I'm going to add 6 of 6. What'd you guys think of the Scary Movie trailer? Yeah, remember I told you I had one box. I think I got it over here. Nothing major. I didn't do like you. I didn't order a second one though. So Project, Ready or Not 2, I'm going to probably go see. That comes out the same day as Project Hail Mary, March 20th. I think I'm going to go see Ready or Not 2 though. Then what comes out after that? I'm not going to see Super Mario Galaxy movie. Hamlet, Beast, none of those. I'm not worried about that. Damn, what's some big movies coming out? I ain't seeing shit. Doug, you going to go see Devil Wears Prada 2? Mortal Kombat 2, I think I want to see that. My wife wants to see Mandalorian and Grogu. That's probably true. I'll give you that. I like most of the scary movies. Um, Jason Lives is basically for the Frankenstein movie all over again. I think I got the Blu-ray that's got the first 3 scary movies. I don't know about 4 and 5 though. Are those available on Blu-ray? I think I've got them. I have to look. Those aren't up here with my main stuff. I do have this DVD. I just got this out the other day because I wanted to see how many movies were in it. It's the first 4. I got this scary movie Steelbook. It's DVD though, but it's the first 4 movies. It's got the covers on them on the back. Did the Wayans do just the first 3, or did they do? I mean, first 4? Did they do just 3? Yeah, and at 5 is well. I mean, I'm a completist. I think I've got them all on Blu-ray. You can get Scary Movie 4 for $12. They got a 3-pack of the first 3 for 23. Scary Movie 5. Is that one hard to get or something? Looks like that's the only one with the Blu-rays like cost anything. But I have to get them because then I'll get 6 and then I'd be missing one. I can't do that. I have to have them all. If I have the first 4, I gotta have 5. We all know if all that shit hadn't gone on with the Weinsteins, they wouldn't have been able to get the rights back. Same with somebody buying the rights with Dogma. Here's Lucy Liu. Couldn't tell you. You asked me that the other time. I don't talk to Cara at all during the week, and I haven't talked to Gigi in like 2 weeks. She wasn't here last week. Yeah, they remade that Nosferatu over and over again, just like Frankenstein. She just comes in and slugs him. On your knees, bitch. Huh? What's her name? Pearl? Is that what he called her? Doug says Universal Horror came out before anything. Not Nosferatu came. Well, the damn book, the Dracula or whatever it was. I mean, that came out before those. And Nosferatu came out in a silent movie before the Universal monster movies. Dude, he just had Botox is all. They just put some fucking Botox in his cheeks and his face because to stretch his wrinkles out. A couple weeks to a month before that, he didn't look that way. And so it was just fresh is the reason it looked bad. You don't like pain? Well, that's Lucy Liu. You know who she is, right? It didn't come out before Nosferatu. It was the first time it was actually called Dracula. Yeah, his hair's like, if you look at his face, it is puffed a little bit. I think he just had some Botox put in there. I'll give you that. It was the first major studio. They really embraced it. And like, once they got a couple hits, man, they just went crazy with it. I don't really have a problem with them. I mean, all those rich people get all that work done to try to look younger for longer. The rumor was that he was in discussions to come back out of retirement and play George Jetson in a Jetsons movie. I don't agree. Said he said Porter, Mel Gibson's character, looks like a real Cro-Magnon guy. He didn't. This dude looks more like a Cro-Magnon guy than Porter. Mm. Wouldn't mind nobody. If they knew they were going to be talking business, why'd he go open a fucking family restaurant? Yeah, I know. And this is at the top of his game right here in this movie. This guy's a fucking weasel. This, like I said, this dude is the one who looks like a Cro-Magnon guy, not Mel Gibson. Yeah, dude, they marketing the shit out of that. That's why you can still go into what do you call it? Spirit Halloween every year and get Frankenstein stuff. They had the Frankenstein mask, pillows, throws. I know he's batshit crazy, but I still like Mel Gibson. What are you looking at over here? You see me reach for my wallet. David Paymer's he always plays a weasel and everything. That's him over yonder. I like his part here. This guy thinks he's the shits, and Mel Gibson makes him turn into the drizzling shits. And you're speaking Greek. Be discreet now. That's funny. You was talking about the girls. I just hope that Gigi's okay. You know, she was sick there for a while. Rosie? Everybody thinks Porter's dead. It's kind of like Snake Plissken in the first movie, where everybody thought he was dead. I like the voiceover too. Why pour salt on old wounds? I always liked when they do voiceover, like narrating in movies. I don't know why. I thought it was cool. Plus, he doesn't talk a lot in this one compared to other characters. You know, he's real soft spoken. I've never been that huge of a fan of Maria Bello. She's okay. I don't think anybody can dispute how big Universal monsters are. That's why they never sold the rights to them. They got those Ben Cooper figures, NECA figures. You can buy that shit everywhere, man. That's why it's its own brand. There's that dog you're talking about, Doug. This is the dog. Poor. Uh, he took your job after you left. That's cute. I didn't remember saying that. That was probably where they had that part about him talking to the dog, Doug. What's some other movies she was in that were good? The Syndicate. Mm-hmm. Val Resnick. Is this movie based on a book? I haven't looked it up. It kind of feels like an Elmore Leonard movie, kind of like Get Shorty, the first one. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Hey, what's up, Alan? What's going on? Yeah, I'm doing good. How about you? We're watching the theatrical cut of Payback. I'm gonna kill him. What if they ask you hard? The Oakwood Arms, and I got Tubi commercials. I got 5 commercials this time. How many commercials have you had, Doug? You've had 3 commercials only? How I got 6 in one and 5 in another? I lost my audio for some reason. Hold on a second. Hello. I got it back. You're just about on 3. Liberty Bibbity. I got a bunch of Liberty Mutual commercials when I do mine. Liberty Bibbity. Is Alan still in here? What you been up to, brother? How you been doing? Well, I only got the one. Hello, Jeff. Are you okay? That's the only one that shows on mine. Did he say something before that? Oh, I didn't eat good at all this week, dude. I was in the Bahamas, dude. I was eating anything and everything down there. So I'm back on the diet starting tomorrow. He said, "How you, Doug?" I got commercials with Shaq in it now. What, is she out? The mascot is out. Yeah, I had a work trip. That's why I didn't do a live stream last week. All right, I'm back. I got Payback is back. Guess who's back? Payback. What is she doing? Playing what? Doug said he could be better if the left side of his leg was better. What's she playing? So Porter makes it and finds Val Resnick in bed with, did he say her name was Pearl? This dude who plays Val, he's a sleaze bag and everything too. You have a big bag of pasta and 2 cartons of pasta sauce in the cupboard. I didn't eat any pasta there. I don't think. A lot of rice, a lot of vegetables. Mainly the desserts are what different, and I drink a lot of beer and a lot of booze at nights that I normally don't have. So back on the diet, hitting it hard tomorrow. Try to get back to eating better. And obviously I got a little rum in this, but I'm not going to drink anywhere near as much as I did while I was there. It was bad. That's what happens when they have open bars. I was looking at the movies that were coming out. Masters of the Universe comes out June 5th. You guys going to see that? And Scary Movie comes out June 12th. Dude, June is stacked, man. Look. June 5th, Masters of the Universe. June 12th, Scary Movie. June 19th, The Death of Robin Hood with Hugh Jackman and Toy Story 5. June 26th, Jackass 5 and Supergirl. Then July, you got Moana, The Odyssey, Evil Dead Burn, and Spider-Man Brand New Day. Super Troopers 3 is in August. Mutiny with Jason Statham is in August. The Cliffhanger remake is in August. They're going to release that Coyote versus Acme movie in August. Why couldn't they release the Batgirl movie? There's a Practical Magic 2 coming out. In September, you got a Resident Evil Terrifier 4. I thought they got pushed back. Didn't they get pushed back? I don't think that's coming out to next year. Oh man, another live action. No, it's animation. Last Airbender. Street Fighter comes out in October. Clayface. What's Godzilla minus zero? That animated Cat in the Hat looks good. There's a shit pile of movies coming out June, July, and August. A shit pile. Devil Wears Prada 2. No. Yeah, the Odyssey looks pretty good. So why is he moving it up? If that's June 5th, wasn't there something else coming out that day? Let me go back. So he's going to come out against Masters of the Universe. Well, that sucks because I want to see both of them. Then there's nothing coming out the next week. There's literally shit coming out. Disclosure Day with Emily Blunt. Nobody's going to see that. Dude, he should have kept it on June 12th. Why would you go against? Maybe he didn't want to, he wanted 2 weeks head start before Toy Story came out and a little bit bigger gap before Supergirl. Yeah, so do I. I just miss renting them. Were you ever charged if you return your videotapes late? I was a couple times with Blockbuster, but not with the local stores. I don't think she did too much nudity. Like I said, I think she shows a little bit of her self in that City of Industry. Or maybe I must not have been thinking about the same movie. But either way, why wouldn't you just go up against that? Why are you going to go up against Masters in the Universe? I like William Devane right there in this part. This role is kind of perfect for him. They tried to. They never in the local stores they didn't, but I think Blockbuster did. You're a sadist. That comes in handy. They're kicking him out of the building. They're making him handle it on his own. I like how they handle this. They're really gonna go after him themselves, but then they want him to prove himself at the same time. He didn't want any more unpleasantness. Hey, you remember that dude right there? The one that was like the sidekick of the boss? Right. He played in you remember when he showed up in what was it? Scrooged? Trying to get Bill Murray's job? Yeah, I don't know. The other mutt. I like Signs as well. I like most of Mel Gibson stuff back then. Which is hey Alan, what's your favorite Lethal Weapon movie of those movies? 70,000. He'll think I'm getting swaffed. Well, I know that, but why are you gonna go up against another blockbuster movie? Why wouldn't you just leave it when you don't have as much to go against? I used to say that. Now that I watch them over again, I think the second one is my favorite one. Could you have a better opening to a movie than the second one? It just starts out immediately with him screaming and yelling, the two of them in the car. The action, I know the first one is pretty iconic with that girl, that naked chick taking a nosedive off the balcony. But as far as action movies go, I don't think you could ask too much more than the way the second one opens. I think I like the second one better. They want retribution. Yeah, I love Hulk Hogan theme. Actually, it's Jimi Hendrix, but you get it. It's the Voodoo Child, the Hulk Hogan theme. Oh, they hit him with the damn car. It's the Asian gang. And old Val's just sitting back watching. I like that shot with him standing over him. Shit for brains. He get ready to cut him. We were just talking about that earlier, where I think there's already 8K in Japan. I don't think it'll catch on in the US. I think it took long enough. 4K still hadn't caught on. Blu-ray and DVD outsells it. And I was just telling them, from what I've been reading, man, the naked eye can't pick up really a lot of difference past 4K. I don't think 8K, unless you got like a huge, gigantic, like theater experience type television, I don't think 8K would do you any good. It's kind of like if you got a 55-inch or less, I don't think a lot of people catch that much difference in 4K. So I don't think 8K is going. I don't think you don't have to worry about it. I think you pretty much where you've hit the threshold there of where people are going to invest in buying in the, especially in the US. Like, you can't even get you can barely even get streaming in 4K now. I'm talking about, like, Netflix and stuff. You have to pay extra for that. I don't know. I like the trailer. I think it looks pretty good. I want to see it. I think I want to see Scary Movie 6 more though. So I'll probably go see that, and then the next week go see Masters of the Universe. Maybe by then I've heard the buzz about Masters of the Universe. And if people say it's garbage and I won't go see it at all, I'll just skip it. But I want to see it. What do you mean? Is it going to be like Minecraft? What do you mean by that? I didn't like Minecraft. Crooked cops. I like him. Do they come any other way? If I was a little dumber, I could have joined the force myself. That's a good line. He stole that guy's badge. That's going to come in handy later in the movie. He got hit by a car and he's still walking around. Like similar over the top? No, I don't think so. I think it's going to be basically a straight up uh, paint by numbers type action movie from the way the trailer looked. I don't think it is. An old film I'd like to see is Dragon Slayer. I love Dragon Slayer. I got that Paramount 4K Steelbook. I like that movie. Yeah, Lady Hawk is good with Michelle Pfeiffer. Is there a Blu-ray of that? I can't remember. I know I still got my Snapper Case DVD, I think, of that. Yeah, there is. Lady Hawk does have a Blu-ray. I think I got that. It's an archive collection. That's got her, Rutger Hauer, Matthew Broderick. I know anybody would have probably looked good in him, but he looks pretty badass as Skeletor. When Skeletor shows up in the trailer, it looks pretty badass. I went to see Scary Movie. I mean, not Scary, Scream 7, and they didn't show the trailer for Scary Movie in front of it. Was it exclusive to a certain chain or something? Because mine didn't show it. Yeah, I like most of his early stuff. I don't like a lot of his later stuff. And not that he's just not good, but most of the movies just aren't that good. But yeah, War Games is a classic, dude. I love War Games. They should do a sequel to Ferris Bueller with him as a father and him kind of like his son skipping class and him because he's so good at figuring that stuff out, basically be on his heels and him playing more a smarter version of like, the principal's role where he's on his son's heels trying to find that he is skipping school and he's no, I didn't go to a chain. It's a local theater group, but they usually show anytime in the past that they've talked about them playing uh trailers in front of movies. I've always gotten them before. So I didn't know why I wouldn't have got it in that one. What's some other early Matthew Broderick movies? You remember Max Dugan Returns? I loved that movie back in the day. He was in that, and then he was in War Games in 1918, and then Lady Hawk. Ferris Bueller, Project X. I didn't 100% like Project X, but I like Biloxi Blues. I thought that was good. Oh, I forgot he was in Family Business. I knew he was in Glory. The Freshman is okay. Out on a Limb wasn't that great. Road to Wellville, he was good in that, but the best reason to see that is Bridget Fonda's Tatas. Obviously, he's good in a Cable Guy. Addicted to Love. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't the reason that Godzilla movie was bad. He was pretty good in that. Election is a man. You guys remember him in Matthew Broderick in Inspector Gadget? That movie was god awful. I forgot Matthew Broderick does the voice of Simba in Lion King movies. Well, it doesn't matter. I've already seen the trailer anyway, so I'd already seen it before I went to see Scream because I caught that bootleg that somebody put out there on was it X or Instagram or wherever, and I'd already seen it. So everybody's pissed about that pronoun joke they do about the they, them, him, her, whatever at the beginning. That just goes to show you how fucking soft we are as a country. Yeah, I know. Kind of like Matthew McConaughey and old Christian Bale did by losing that massive amounts of weight, almost like unhealthy amounts. Ain't no fucking way. I don't like Jared Leto anyway. He's making out with her. I got stuff to do. Old Porter. Didn't he gain weight again for another role later? I can't remember. Robert De Niro is a damn. Uh, Even if you believe in the same things he does politically, the way he handles himself, he is mentally unstable, dude. Is that how he did it? Val is like a mean guy, man. See, that's what Mel Gibson is, a bad guy, but you root for him because they got badder guys than him in this movie. Those guys are crazy. I wouldn't do any of that shit. Yeah, she meant the dog named Porter. Oh man, he killed the dog. This guy's a prick. I'm driving you now. I couldn't remember. Did he shoot the dog? Yeah, like he says that all the time. Hubba hubba hubba. Here I come to save the day. You don't want to have animal cruelty in a movie. Yeah, I've seen Q the Winged Serpent. That's not bad. Didn't the guy that made like God Told Me To and what was the guy that made that movie? That's kind of cheesy. Isn't David Carradine in that? One of the Carradines. Everybody says that they're gonna kill me, and he goes, "What do you think I'm gonna do?" I thought it was David Carradine. Yeah, Larry Cohen. There you go. Think so. Keep talking. Oh, he's nice. He gives him a cigarette. Should have said tighter and Tick's ass. No, that's the full moon guy. I knew it wasn't him. Is he gonna give him a light? Give him a light. Come on now. Oh, damn. I don't know, but it silenced his a little bit, didn't it? She didn't think he was gonna kill him. I remember watching this, and that's one of the scenes where you realize Mel Gibson really is a fucking bad guy. But everybody else is just a little bit badder. What's other movies where you like actually root for the bad guy? There's not a lot of movies where the main character is an actual bad guy. Dude, I watched the original. Dude, the remake is so much better. Then once you see that, man, it's hard to watch that original again. Yeah, there's the dog. Got him bandaged up. The original's got some good parts in it, but some parts, man, the acting is like not good. Condemned? What about Condemned? Nobody knows he's here, but the phone's ringing. Gotta love those old school rotary phones. It's wired to blow up. He's smart. Holy smokes. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Condemned. I forgot that was the name of the movie he was in. Sorry. Yeah, it's true. That movie wasn't that bad. You know they did a second one, right? Was Randy Orton in the second one? Yeah, that was pretty good. I remember Deadly Blessing. That's pretty good. Is it that easy to cut somebody's fuel line? I don't know enough about cars. Maybe old school cars, because it seems like you could hang out on something and rip it very easily. But I love this part. Well, the original Longest Yard was Burt Reynolds. He really wasn't that bad of a guy, though. He was like a guy that had just gone through a lot of shit and did a couple bad things. I love his part where they look at him and he's smoking back there. He's behind us. I love that. He drops the cigarette slowly. Oh, shit. I don't consider him a true bad guy. Now I know he's in jail, but dude, for what he was in there for, there's like actual real bad guys in there. Plus the damn I guess you consider that though, because you could say if he's a bad guy, the warden and all the other people that are in there are worse than he is, so you still root for him. I give you that one. Who knows? I might even get my money back. Sorry, I hit my microphone and the damn plug came out. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my fault. If my audio went out, I hit the microphone with my hand and I pulled it part of the way out. I don't root for John Kramer until the last one. You can't really root for it. Do you root for him? I don't know you're really rooting for him. I'd think about that one. Do I count that one? Uh, I like how he gets him to put his fingerprints on it. It's pretty good. It's better than I was expecting. A lot of people back in the day, like some of those older horror movies like that, Tourist Trap. I didn't like Tourist Trap as much, but I like Funhouse. I think it's a pretty good movie. Didn't Toby Hooper make that? I guess that's kind of true. But like I give you an example. Saw 3, well, let's just say Saw 2. Well, I don't know. The main characters in the movie are not bad guys, though. They're people that might have done unscrupulous things. Like in the second one, the cop might have been bad, but his son didn't do anything, and his son got part of the trap. I didn't root for her or John Kramer in that one. I like how in the last one, Saw 10, they flipped it and made you start rooting for the bad guy because he got cheated and was really dying, and those people were worse than him. Hey, say her name and she appears. I'll play this instead, even though it's not a her, it's a him.
Say his name and he appears.
We were talking about you earlier. Doug asked me, and I heard from you or Cara. How you been doing? It's good to see you. Cheers. BetMGM app. Anybody ever use that? I'm not rooting for the Joker in that. Even though I'm not a big Christian Bale as Batman fan, I'm not gonna be rooting for the Joker. The Wi-Fi's been iffy. Well, you'd be the opposite of that commercial where I go, the Wi-Fi's booming. You'd be like, the Wi-Fi's not booming. Rick says hi, Gigi. Doug was the one that asked me about you earlier. I told him I hadn't talked to you. If you didn't show up, I was going to message you afterwards to make sure everything was good. Huh. He's Porter. You rang. Gigi asked how your leg was, bro. He just beating the shit out of everybody when he enters the room. Bravo. He's like, bravo. We haven't gotten to it yet. I think I got the thing. Here's my favorite line from the movie.
Stop it, I'm getting misty.
That's my favorite line. Yeah, I'll probably give you that one. How about Prisoners, where you're rooting for the families, and even though you know Hugh Jackman has kidnapped that guy and is beating the shit out of him. You go high enough, you always come to one man. I'm trying to do that at work and get it to where I'd be the one man. And that last piece of popcorn was burned. In the director's cut or straight up cut of this is one of the main differences. The main dude isn't Chris Christopherson. It's actually a female, and you don't ever see her. She's only on the phone. You can't have no fun. Doug says he'll be getting another surgery on Tuesday. He gets some of the groin bone on the left side of his leg. It still hurts. What movie was I talking about? What do you mean? I don't even know what I was talking about. Hope all goes well, Doug. She said, you talking about, I was talking before I mentioned the straight up cut of this. It's 70,000. I'm threatening Carter. No. This is cheesy when he's like, when he goes, oh, and sticks his arm up in the air, like, oh. What do you mean, bad guy? One of the movies I was talking about, bad guy? I don't remember, dude. I'm drinking and I'm tired. I don't remember shit that I've said. You just dug your own grave. Hey, Doug, if you watched the straight up cut of this, I'd like to see which one you like best. Ooh, that drink's a little strong. Where'd Nick go? Did you run him off? No. When he put it in the newspaper without touching it, they should have known what he was doing. He had cleaned it off, and then they basically now he's got their fingerprints on it with that dude's fingerprints. I was gonna have to lighten the load. So now he's putting the cop's gun in with Val's dead body. Pretty smart. And his badge, right? He's gonna put it in his hand. Pretty fucking smart. Basically implicate everybody around him. Evening up the odds. Other than Lethal Weapon, what's some other people's favorite Mel Gibson movies? If you're watching this later, put it in the comments. Oh, Prisoners. Oh, I know, but while he was doing it, dude, I mean, that's not the right way to do it. You don't kidnap somebody and half beat them to death and torture them. That kind of makes you a bad guy. I mean, you're not a whole lot better than the guy that took your kid at that point. I kind of like Braveheart. That's pretty good. I like that better than The Patriot. Oh, one of my favorite Mel Gibson movies is Maverick. I love Maverick. I even liked Hamlet that he did. I didn't particularly care for Bird on a Wire. Godfather. Are you really rooting for him though? I'm not rooting for him. I'm just kind of like along for the ride. I'm talking about an actual movie where you're rooting for the bad guy. Did you guys actually like the original Mad Max? Or was it not until he did the Road Warrior did you like that character? I don't remember Man Without a Face. It's been so long. Well, I know they're in the original Godfather. Everybody's a bad guy, though. I mean, I'm not rooting for them. Talking about any of them. Are you rooting for them? Man, Mel Gibson's did some bad movies. What Women Want. We Were Soldiers is good. I love Signs. I think this, other than Lethal Weapon, this, Signs, Maverick are some of my favorites. Dude, I forgot he was in Machete Kills. Daddy's Home 2 is pretty funny. Did you see him as a Santa Claus in Fat Man? On the Line is a good Mel Gibson movie that most people haven't heard of. Happy birthday, Johnny. He'll just fucking do anything to get that 70 grand, man. He's kidnapping people now. Happy birthday. You are cute. Yeah, but are you rooting for him? I'm not rooting for him. I mean, he's a bad guy, dude. He knew that shit was gonna probably come back and haunt him. All the stuff that he had done. Like in this, I'm legit rooting for him to get his money, and that everybody that's revolved around him are just as bad or worse. They're bad guys, but they're worse than he is. Who's this professional here, Johnny? He's like, what the fuck just happened? The thrill has gone away. James Coburn. They got some awesome people playing the mob guys in this. So he plays Fairfax. I give you that one. That's a good one. But I didn't even think about that. We were talking about that. Yeah, you're rooting for the bad guy because he's kind of like, um, it's kind of like Leatherface in the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He is like doesn't know what he's doing is wrong. He's only been taught, to react violently. I like Ransom. I haven't seen Forever Young in a long time. I don't remember much about that one, but I did like Ransom. Ransom is very good. You're a porter. I love this. That's just mean when he shoots his suits. Sandy always comes up with some good movies. James Coburn got some badass arthritis in this. Notice his fingers. You two are fired. That's a good one too. Yeah, I give you that one because it's like he can't help doing what he's doing because of his condition. Yeah, Maverick was really good. I like that they came up with such a creative way to incorporate James Garner as the original Maverick into that. Uh, I just thought that was amazing. And I'm not a huge Jodie Foster fan. I like a lot of her movies, but some of them I don't. He shot his suits. Like I love uh, Panic Room. That's just mean. You're one hell of an optimist. Like Chris Christopherson to me has never been that great of an actor, but he's perfect in this role. You're dead. I guess speaking of Bronson, Charles Bronson in the Death Wish movies, he turns basically into bad guys because he's killing people that are worse. So you're kind of rooting for him. He's a bad guy, but that's not different. He got turned into a bad guy because of the situation. Mel Gibson was already a bad guy when this started. Do you think we will get any good future good actions? Actions? I don't know. Because everything being CGI now, I think you're closest to it. It's it's sad that the closest thing we got to it is Tom Cruise, and he's old. Drag Me to Hell. Is she a bad guy though? You're not rooting for her. She's not a bad guy. How about similar movie, Thinner? He's pretty bad. He's a lawyer for the mob, and then he gets cursed, so he's a bad guy that you end up rooting for. There's a good one. I want a movie. I'm talking about the characters are just naturally bad, but they get dropped into situations where you end up rooting for them. Not good people that have bad things happen to them and turn them bad. I know I'm throwing a lot of layers on it, but hey, it's my stream, so I can like change the rules in the middle. Yeah, I know the guy David Boreanaz, how you pronounce his name, that played Angel. He might be okay. I don't know, man. That fucking James Garner had a lot of charisma, man. That guy who played Angel doesn't have as much charisma. Yeah, Gone Girl, maybe that one. It's just, I guess the point of it is what we're talking about. It's rare that the movie actually has a bad guy as the main character. Bad from the get. Schul's Home. American History X, huh? Maybe. Might we consider that one? That's a good one. Sandy said, "Hi, Gigi, if you're still here." She was having Wi-Fi problems. Wi-Fi, na 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 na. I got some eBay packages to do. Once this is over, I'm not going to be on here very much longer. Dude, this alcohol is going to my head. I'm starting to, it's hot up in here. Yeah, I know, and they're all old too. Like, where are the young ones? I guess they're relying too much on CGI as far as acting goes. It's kind of like I was talking about, scary movies getting flack over their trailer. So they were talking about like we've lost almost all of the raunchy comedies, and I don't remember if who somebody made a comment either here or one of my videos that even when comedies were raunchy, they had a heart to them. So you cared about the characters, and it's almost like you forgave them a little bit for being raunchy. But it was most of the time it was the situations they were put in that were raunchy, not the people themselves. That it's hard to do that now. Like you would never get another Hangover, or if you go all the way back in the 80s, like Porky's. Revenge of the Nerds, the original one. You won't get any of that shit. That's true. You are rooting for the Fireflies in that. That's a good one, dude. That's a great one, Doug. His son in open heart surgery, really? You talking about Liam Neeson? I didn't know that. Uh-huh. So he's got his badge was in that guy's hand, and then he's got the other guy's fingerprints on the gun. They're realizing what happened. No, that's from the Black Phone. It's got a working rotary dial on it, though. I was busting on somebody. I didn't get any of those Scream popcorn buckets. I'm doing everything in my power to resist buying popcorn buckets because I think it's just a money grab because they are not getting the revenue they want from movies now. So they got to milk everybody, come up with 50 different fucking popcorn buckets with Ghostface on it. So I'm trying to avoid those. I only have a few. That's from the Black Phone. It's an actual working phone that talks, though. Like you can hear the grabber on the phone. I got all the Jaws ones, obviously, because that's my movie. But that Halloween one that came out when they re-released Halloween in the theaters, that Michael Myers popcorn bucket was hot garbage. Um, I just think they're milking the public and collectors. Collectors are what's keeping physical media and movies going right now. Unless it's a big giant blockbuster movie, people are just not going out to the theaters, and I don't think they ever will. You're not going to get that again unless it's a big event. I'm interested to see what happens this year in the theaters when all that, going from May to August, you've got all those movies coming out, almost one per week. I'm wondering how the box office is going to be this year. Are people going to go see it, or do they know because in 2 months it'll be streaming, or are they going to stick with streaming? I'm almost getting that way with physical media, knowing that physical media is coming out as quick as it is. I'm almost waiting on a bunch of movies and not seeing it in the theater, unless it's a lot of special effects or a big movie that I know is going to be good. I love that part with Porter up under the bottom. There was nothing in those boxes whatsoever. It's kind of like the boxes in Smoking the Bandit when they are in the warehouse. They fall over and there's literally nothing in it. Yeah, that's just cheesy. I love it when he rolls out under that SUV. She's so cute in this, Lucy Liu. Click. See, he lucked out right there, but he didn't give a shit. I don't think he counted the bullets at all. I just think he just did not give a shit. And his was the same way. Boom. That's somebody really getting fucking knocked out, dude. His eyes stayed open. Oh, he slugged the shit out of her. Speaking of Cro Magnon, that dude, look at his forehead. Is she still out? Get her and bring her in here. I'm through eating. You guys want to see the mascot before she goes to bed? Now, what they do to torture him when they fucking start busting up his toes with that hammer, huh? That got to me, even though they don't show it. He just wants to get himself beat up. He's tired. He don't even want to tell him it was only 70.
She's a little wild.
She wild?
A little wild.
Let's see the mascot.
That stuff off. I think that stuff off of her. She's
What you doing, little girl? Come here.
a little hyper.
Come here. Be still. Be still. Calm down. Calm down. You want to talk? You want to say something? Huh? What you doing? You nervous? You on camera? You nervous? Are you nervous? Huh? Are you nervous? You still got bedding on your tail.
I got layers of it off of
Wait a minute, I'm trying to clean your hair. Say hi to everybody. Look. Say hi. What you doing? That's when they busting his toes up.
All right, come on, wild child. Come on. Come on.
She's like, I don't want you. I want daddy.
Come on. Are you coming?
That's 2 toes.
All right, come on.
I had a broken toe that's pretty much broken off, and I know how that hurt. I can imagine what that feels like. 8 to go. So they only got 2 of his toes. You understand if I don't entirely trust you. Die Hard? He's not a bad guy. He's a cop. Who you rooting for in Die Hard? That's a bad guy. I haven't seen The Voices with Ryan Reynolds in a long time. I guess Green Mile's a good one. Well, Alan from Hangover isn't a bad guy. He's just a fucking idiot. He's a moron. He's a maroon. And when I was on my trip, somebody used the R word.
You can't say retarded anymore.
In one of the meetings, they said it twice. And I was like, do you know that you're not supposed to be saying that? I guess they didn't give 2 fucks. So anybody watches this later, Doug and I have been talking back and forth about true bad guys in movies that you end up rooting for, whether they're the main character or not. Yeah, but he didn't mean to do it, and he was just because he's fucking stupid. Do you count that? Uh, got a rotary phone in the fucking car. Answer the phone. Only back in the day could you trigger a bomb using a rotary phone. Well, I know, but it's just because he's a fucking moron, dude. He didn't do it in the third one. He didn't do it in the third one, did he? No, at the end, even in the after credits, the cake was because of Mr. Chow. So he only did it in the two. It was beer in the first one and marshmallows in the second one, right? I don't consider him a bad guy because he thought he was doing the right thing, and he really wasn't a bad guy. So I hadn't even really thought about this movie in a while. It's been a while since I watched it. I think the last time I watched it, I watched the director's cut. So they leave his son. They leave his son handcuffed to the radiator. That was funny. Come on, Porter, the dog. Porter and Porter. They should do a sequel with just him and the dog. I got hammered. He got the 130. He actually got more. Is this character in any other movies? They're going to Canada. He'd stop shooting people if she stopped hooking. I love this old school music. Body to somebody loves you. So Porter is based on the character Parker from a series of novels by Richard Stark or Donald E. Westlake. The character also appeared in other movie adaptations under different names, such as Point Blank in 1967 and Parker in 2013. The character is adapted from the novel The Hunter. Jason Statham was in Parker. I remember that now. Due to contractual reasons, the character is often renamed to various adaptations like Porter in this movie. I like Porter. I thought he was great in this movie. What did you guys think? And if you haven't watched it, you really should watch the director's cut to see how damn different it is. Now, luckily, both versions are on Tubi, so I highly recommend you watch those. All right. So either way, that was cool. I got an ad when during the credits, but it was only three, so that's kind of cheesy. But either way, I'm glad we were able to get through that. That feels like a quick watch, even though it's. Oh, I know what it was. They were going to auto start the next movie. What movie do they have me watching here? Just to see. Oh, Fallen. I love the movie Fallen though. I think we've watched that before. All right, based on the super chat that I got, we'll be watching House of Wax next week. So hopefully you guys will tune in for that. I should be able to do it next week. So this was the watch along to Payback, and we watched, like I said, the theatrical version. Go out and get the Blu-ray. And this is the one I recommended earlier in the beginning of the stream. If you're just watching this, it's got both the theatrical version and director's cuts on it. Two totally different types of movies, two different vibes, made totally different, look totally different. Everything about them's totally different. And then this is Fallen. I highly recommend this movie as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm going to kill the banner at the bottom. Anybody that watches along to this later, or if you're watching now and you haven't done it, make sure you drop a thumbs up on this video, this live stream, and all the other videos that you watch on the channel. Yeah, I know. I like that cover too. So I highly recommend you getting that. Yeah, but he's still a good guy, dude. He's a cop and he's not a bad cop. Just because he's divorced and he's not a good husband, he could have been part of that is because of his wife too. Takes two to tango, so to speak. So either way, I'm getting ready to jump off here. So hopefully you guys like that. My movie hunt dropped earlier today. If you haven't watched that, check that out. The haul will come soon. I've got an unboxing of those Tiny Nightmares figures, and I'm going to let you know which one's which on the codes. And I got a thrifting video that I'm going to drop this week as well. So hopefully you guys will watch all that. Like I said, throw a thumbs up on any of them. It helps the algorithm. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. And comment down below, like on some of the things we talked about. Favorite Mel Gibson movie, put that in the comments. Any of that kind of stuff, and any comment you want to drop on any of my video, it does help the algorithm. So you guys rule. I appreciate everything you guys do to support me. You know I always do. And you'll watch some of my videos. Like I said, even if you only watch a few minutes, drop likes of them. Even if you just comment hello on them, it helps. Put a comment under any video you watch. It does help. So I really appreciate it. The ones I did a lot of pre-recorded stuff this week since I was out of the country. So I went ahead and dropped a bunch in a row. So if you guys haven't watched that, watch the ones I did. I did one on those Inspector Clouseau movies, all the Pink Panther movies, the different versions that I have, some of the ones I still like, even though the 4Ks come out. I did a Goodwill hunt this week. Watch that. I did a pet peeves of physical media collecting that's got a couple hundred views already. Watch that one and let me know in the comments of that video some of your pet peeves. And like I said, I just dropped the current weekly movie hunt that I did today. So watch all that. Got a lot of cool stuff coming up on the channel. So hopefully you guys, and hype any of the videos that you can after the stream. I don't get a lot of monetary stuff off of the stream. So if you want to hype one of the regular videos, if you will. I really appreciate when you guys do that. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. I appreciate you, Doug. I'll be thinking about you. Hopefully your leg is better. I really do appreciate you coming on here, even though you've been having some issues, man. You've always been a supporter of mine. I'll always be a supporter of you. So hopefully you guys, like I said, will watch all that stuff. And until next time, boys and girls, this has been JEFFMAN316. As always, I'm your pop culture reporter, and I'm signing out saying you guys be safe out there.
Mr. Mayor, Chief, ladies and gentlemen.